Previously on Startup, we saw leading industry mentors paired up with our finalists. After weeks of preparation, we also saw them kickstarting their crowdfunding pages. Hello and welcome to Startup. I'm Chloe Cho. In this episode, our 8 finalists are tested on their leadership abilities as they find themselves leading a group of complete strangers while assembling a box of flat-pack furniture. Before facing their next challenge, the finalists attended a leadership class by Philip Yuen, CEO of Deloitte Singapore, and learned the final details on how to guide and motivate a team towards a shared goal.
Leadership is the ability to translate vision into reality and the ability to create followership, both internally and externally, of all your stakeholders. Well, I suppose, firstly, I think an individual needs to be a bit self-aware. They need to be, check themselves to see what are their strengths, what are their weaknesses. One has to be bold to step into areas where they are new to and be willing to take some risk. The other aspects would be around the area of creating values, creating visions, being able to strategize and execute. That's very important. And I think last but not least, I believe a leader should have the ability to develop people, to create a team that would be able to support him and help him drive his objectives.
Good morning, startups. How are you all doing today? Fantastic. So we got a really interesting challenge coming up, and it's going to be physical, so make sure you're ready for it. Okay? So I'll see you guys in the activity area. All right, come, let's go.
Okay.
So you guys look born ready, yeah?
Yeah.
Are you all ready for the next challenge?
Yeah.
Fantastic. No CEO is able to do everything on their own. You guys know that, right?
Yes.
You have to delegate, and you have to be able to communicate with a team to get to where you want to go, right? And that's exactly what the next challenge is about. So each of you will be given 20 minutes to assemble flat-pack furniture. Now, you'll be assisted by random staff members that your mentors have assigned. It's really not going to be easy, but how well you delegate to them and how well you communicate to them, that's exactly what you're going to be tested on, right? On my left, we've got the scoreboard. So get ready, because you're going to be graded immediately after this. It's really not going to be easy, but I have full faith in you guys. All the best.
All right. Go.
Are you guys ready?
Yes.
You have exactly 20 minutes, and your time starts now.
I'm sorry. Okay.
All the best, guys, and I have full faith in you. I'm not supposed to do anything.
If you can open it up.
What is it anyway? Okay, so far bad. Okay, so far bad.
So far better. Are you guys still learning anything that's got to do with furniture? Wood, nails?
Not that I know of.
Okay, nails, have you guys? Okay, she's got nails.
got
Nice
nails.
nails. All right.
One person assembles, one person.
Okay, got the instructions. So, let's see what we have here.
What do we assemble?
So okay, hang on, take it. Are you good at looking for getting instructions?
I can do that, but sorry, you want to do that?
Are you supposed to do that?
I think you're supposed to.
No, there's no rule as such. We delegate and then we collaborate.
So why don't you?
Why don't you do the stuff? You look at it, and then you tell us what's the first. Then we do the hard stuff.
So, first, I think we need to use the request all here.
Do you think it's better for us to split
it up or you have to do it together? You start. Okay. Yeah. I kind of pushed it in a bit deep. Yeah.
Good. Good. Nice work. We got some muscle on the team here. Yeah. Oh shit.
Go.
This side needs to be. This here side needs to be.
Yeah, it's the same thing on both sides, so I guess it's simple.
Definitely wrong. We got it wrong already. This and this has to be on the same side.
Same side is different. Maybe the other one? Oh my god.
Yeah, that looks like it.
So now we're getting these done over the top. Let's do it this way.
Okay. Nice work.
It should be the other way.
So this is on the front, on the top first. One long one, two long ones.
Perfect. Yeah.
Stay tuned to find out which leadership style will triumph and who will fail in this epic challenge. Before the break, we saw some teams clearly having difficulties with this challenge. Who will emerge as the winner?
You can do it, guys. Come on.
It's not gonna happen.
It's not gonna happen. Oh crap, this is not good.
This is going okay, I think. I hope.
Here. There you go.
Is it your side? No. Okay. Who does that?
Ah, yes, you're right. You're right. There's a zip on the thing itself.
And this one, where do we go?
Where should this go?
We have to pull it up. Startups, time is up. Stop working right now.
We had a great team. We enjoyed doing it.
I think we winged a bit of stuff at the end, but I think it turned out okay.
Yeah.
Can see camera again.
If you see the
I said no, it worked.
it worked.
Super crazy. Everything all over the place. Instructions not very clear, and then everybody wants to start doing everything at the same time. Perspiring. It's very rushed, very intense. Let's sit on the chair and see it works. Why not?
Okay, I'll sit last.
Okay.
Ladies, get hold us.
Very good.
As you can tell, it wasn't the most smooth of experience. Even though we didn't manage to reach the final product, but I think the process was the most important. It is quite challenging. I think maybe at the start, it was really getting the foundation right.
We were confused by the top and the bottom one, so it's a bit confusing and frustrating at the moment. We redid this a few times, but I think at least we finished like 2 products, so like, so bad.
I think the lesson learned here is that we didn't give up. We continued right until the very end, and I'm very happy to have very patient members working with me.
I had the best team in the lot. It was just a few seconds away, as you can see. The couch is nearly done. What we did was identifying who could do the best based on the experience, and then collaborating each other. So there was leadership from each one of us. I had Sam and Cheryl, who supported a lot, and we didn't have to give a lot of instructions because we were sort of leveraging on each other's capabilities. I led them to become leaders. Here we go.
Okay.
And all 3 of us. So I'll take the lead and then come sit. Come on. All right. All right. Let's sit. Okay, awesome. Team Corporate 360. Guys, sorry you lost, but you know.
Okay, so we just saw the finalists take on their first ever challenge. What is your overall feeling on who really came out on top and who came, unfortunately, at the very last?
Both Shopperboard and Code2 Lab, they didn't look at what is the end product. Wilson struggling and not being able to recover from a little bit of mistakes at the beginning and not communicating enough with the team.
Saya was able to manage organized chaos. Even when they were making mistakes, there was no panic. It was just, okay, let's backtrack, let's do it again. The fact of not panicking is very important, okay? Because again, it comes back to leadership.
There's multiple leadership styles, and they apply at different points in time. There's no one leadership style that necessarily creates success. And if you can create a mixture of leadership styles and draw from more than one, that's usually optimal.
Richard, he's a B2B guy. So there's a certain personality type that works in B2B. It's no nonsense, it's about value. He's a lot less sizzle and a lot more substance.
Yeah, but they're only starting and they've got a couple of more big challenges ahead. So this is only the beginning. Obviously, in due time, we'll know who will emerge on top.
Startup has so little resources and has so little time. They really have no luxury in planning first before doing. And they need to be agile enough to be able to see the big picture, yet able to get their hand dirty. And therefore, those that I thought fare well were the ones that when they come out, immediately they're already doing and they are planning at the same time. So novices, I thought that they didn't fare as well, perhaps because they planned too much actually before actually executing on it.
I want to single out one actually that surprised me. It is Innie Neo. In my mind, I don't know how she's going to do that because Innie Neo with nice nail, you know, how are you going to assemble the furniture, right? There's a big challenge for her, I guess, with her dress. But what surprised me and other judges is, you know, she managed.
Nobody actually read all the instructions through, so they didn't actually see what's the end goal, where we're trying to get to, right? What does this thing look like, right? So then you have a mental picture in your head, right? And I think in the case of Innie Nails, what I thought was interesting was initially nothing happened, right? It was like, oh my God, it was almost like deer in the headlights, like, are we even going to get past, like, you know, reading the instructions, right? They actually said, okay, let's spend the first 2-3 minutes trying to understand what this is all about, right? And then you saw that preparation actually then allowed them to catch up. That was definitely a big surprise, but I think very well executed.
And now let's go meet our judges and hear what the team members have to say about them.
So, Richard, tell me about his leadership style.
Richard is your hands-on kind of leader, the doer, not the guy who gives the action.
That completion, he got the job done. Do you feel part of that success?
Not really actually, because he just said, you just look at the manual and we do the hard stuff, so I felt quite left out at first. But I think I was supposed to instruct them on how to do, but I wasn't really doing my part. But actually he came in and took the manual and tried to be clearer, so I think it's okay.
We need to know that when all else fails, right, that there's that pillar there to lean on. And I think Richard is the kind of person that I like to work with, right? I like to know that, you know what, the guy will cover his own end, and the guy is going to cover my end even if I fail.
Okay.
Thanks a lot. Thanks.
So let me ask you, what was the leadership style like? I mean, I saw you guys were like working like beavers, sweating away.
I think the team had a very good teamwork. The cooperation was there, and although there were mistakes that went on, but I think we actually backtracked and tried to find what went wrong, and we put it correctly.
If you have one thing you want to advise your leader, what would you advise him?
Have a clearer endpoint goal, clearer steps to go forward.
Okay, thank you very much. Thank you. Thanks.
At the end of the day, the job wasn't done. So could he have planned too much before doing it?
I think through that process, as time was winding down, he lost his composure a bit, and he adjusted his approach, which kind of made us less efficient. I think if he just kind of carried on doing what he was doing, it would have been effective.
Thanks a lot. Thanks.
So, Candice, tell me about her leadership style. Sounded like she was very quiet to begin with.
I mean, I would say that she definitely isn't, loud or like outspoken. But I think from the start, like she did mention like a few times during the whole assembly process that, like make sure that everything is tight, make sure that it's done well, don't rush and compromise on the final product, which I think is an important, thing to keep in mind, despite like the tight time constraint.
Thanks. There is one thing that you think Mark need to improve on. Tell us.
Mark may need to understand us first, find out the strength and weaknesses as you go along to assign us the jobs.
Great. Thank you. Okay, thank you. Thanks.
So tell me what it was like. You guys were probably the quietest of the whole group. So what was the leadership style? It must have been like telepathy over there. What was?
Correct. Ours was a bit quiet because there was a lack of communication between us. So Wilson was a little quiet and panicking at the beginning.
He would have just been better if we started off as, okay, he understands the manual and then he teach and direct us to do it. Maybe that would have been a better process. Yeah.
Okay. Thanks a lot. Thank you very much. Thank you.
So Varun, so tell me about the leadership style. I kind of saw change of hands of leadership.
So Varun's approach was that he asked us who had done this before, and because I had put furniture before, he decided to pass on the role of instructing to me as opposed to taking it on himself.
You guys managed to assemble probably 95%. And then Varun actually declared it as a success, but it's wrongly assembled, we all know that. Will you declare it as a success?
Possibly not. You want to push something out in the market that you're ready and that you're proud of. It's, everything you envisioned, you want to be proud of what you're pushing out into the market for the first time.
Okay, thanks a lot. Thanks a lot.
So, Andrea, tell me about her leadership style.
I think her enthusiasm really kept us going.
She was definitely the cheerleader, but was she leading?
I think if in a different context, she might be a better leader. I think because this is definitely not her field of expertise, she opened the thing and she was like, okay, let's go, and okay, let's put this together, and then that's pretty much what happened.
Thank you very much. Thank you. Thanks. Bye.
So the judges, do you think that it was a pretty clear-cut case of who won the challenge?
They were good at some qualities, but not at others. It's about, how did they lead the team? Did they motivate them? Were they clear in their communication direction?
Do you do first or do you plan first? I think if you're in much larger organization, you plan a lot more than when you're with very small company because you have so little time, so little resources.
They all have a pretty good relationship with the team members. They all find that they're very kind, very gentle, very nice, very motivating and all this, but that's not good enough.
And what is that one clear thing that you felt all of them should have done really well from the start?
They do need to see the big picture and market-oriented. Look at what you really want to achieve at the end and then go backward.
Are you all absolutely sure you all have the final choice?
Yep.
Okay. Yeah, I think we're ready then to announce that.
The criteria, for the leadership challenge, it says we need to see whether they have the attribute being a leader and a strong leader.
We don't just evaluate whether they get the job done, we also look at how they actually get the job done.
When things are going right, leading is easy. The thing that I liked about the challenge was the time pressure, because it puts all kinds of additional stress on it, but to stay calm, think through the problem, and then act and do that quickly really shows you who was a strong leader versus who wasn't.
Startups, I have your results here, so please join me. So your first challenge was over. Clearly it wasn't an easy one. Some of you fumbled, but some of you also clearly showed that you actually understood what delegation and good communication actually meant. Right? So this is your first challenge. For those of you that don't do too well, you still have a few more to catch up. And for those of you who have done well, great job. So I'm going to make the announcements right now, and you guys will see for yourselves what the rankings are. In third place, we have Nails. In fourth place, we have Temploy. You guys actually look surprised. In 5th place, we have Code to Lab. And in 6th place, Corporate 360. In 7th place, we have Novel Sys. In 2nd place, and you should be really proud of yourself, we have Mailbird. Now for the next startup, which is obviously in the 8th place, don't be too disappointed because you still have chance to catch up, but start taking the challenges a bit more seriously. So in 8th and last place, we have Shopperbot. And the top startup for this challenge is none other than iCargo. So congratulations to those who made it to the top. For those of you at the bottom, startup life is all about ups and downs, right? So work hard. I'm very sure you guys will be able to excel at the future challenges. So get back to work and good luck for the rest of the challenges.
Right, thanks.
This is a challenge about leadership. So it's like validation that at least I know I can manage. I think we already did the best. I don't think I would change anything. I had a good team. We worked well together. I'm happy with the results.
I feel a little bit disappointed. I have a great team, but that result wasn't expected. Although I think as a leader, example is to set out the goals. We didn't see the final picture.
There are a lot of parts where I could have done better, maybe communicated better with my team members and probably delegated the tasks better. And I hope that this could be a great learning experience for me.
I was confused about what is going to be my key takeaway from this entire challenge. The strategy that I adopted was to ask the teammate who could do the job, identify and leverage. There wasn't much of communication. There wasn't much of leadership per se. It was a collective focus. I was moving around. I was cheering the team, and I was doing the work. So I was one among them, and that is what I believe in.
In our next episode, our 8 finalists get to face their marketing challenge. They'll be observed on their abilities to develop marketing collateral, which can effectively communicate and better sell their products. Find out which startup impresses the most.